Hi, Paul Ribbons here. I want to ask you a question. What's football, the Olympics and Spain got in common? Well, the answer is they will in all some way affect my potential to buy great deals. Now, it's been an interesting few weeks in Old Blighty because we had recently the washed out Jubilee Celebrations. We're at the height of the football tournament and we've got to get off with the Olympics and we've got the torch running around the country. When will it all end? It seems like a long way away. But what have all these little tiny things got in common? Well, they all create micro changes in our beloved property market. Things that will affect us, usually by a small amount, but they still affect us. Now, being British, I want England to do well in the Euros and also get as many gold medals as possible. But my business head says, get our boys home early and I hope the Olympics is a washout. Then people won't be concentrating on them and we'll get back to normal. Bah humbug, you might say. But wait a minute, right? There's an opportunity here. When we start to do well in things, this usually creates a real feel-good factor and a buzz. And when there's a feel-good factor surrounding sporting events, then the general public tend to change their focus. Now, when they do that, that gives us a possible buying opportunity, because if they're not focusing on buying houses, that means there's less demand, and when there's less demand it softens the price. So it's a great time for us to take advantage. But a more worrying situation is a crisis happening in the eurozone, especially in Spain. I've been worried about Spain's bloated property market for some time, and we're only now seeing the effects of how bad it really is. Spain is apparently more unsold property than the whole of the USA put together. Now that's loads, and it's worrying as well. Greece has a problem with sovereign debt. That will get sorted. But Spain's is a banking problem, just like the American and the English problem back in 2008. It's considered too big to fail, but also too big to completely bail out. I mean, they're giving banks some money at the moment, about 100 billion, that's what they reckon. It could well be in excess of that. It's 2008 all over again, and it affects us here in the UK because the financial markets will tighten, and there will come another credit crunch as lenders of big banks get evaluated with their exposure to the affected markets such as Spain. Look at Moody's recently. They've downgraded a lot of the British banks because of this exposure, because they're worried about liquidity. Now, I reckon Spain's problem could go towards €500 billion. That's a lot of money. Now, I've heard on the grapevine that a lot of the buyers out there in the property market experienced problems with their mortgage offers in the recent weeks. Some of them being pulled. And that's usually the first time trouble's ahead, because they're tightening the credit markets. So when they tighten credit markets, they tend to tighten on people who they think, oh, I'm not sure about him, we won't lend on him just in case, because they've got less money to lend. The only good thing is, we've been through this before. So we know what to expect. So hold on to your hats and take advantage of this uncertainty. And if it gets tough as it did in 2008, you will probably see values drop quite quickly over the short term. So we can sort of like predict something might happen. But you've got to be ready with that opportunity to pounce, to take advantage of a good deal that comes along. Because if someone needs to sell and you're ready and willing and able to buy it, you're going to get a good deal. The only problem is the property industry, the estate agents and people within it are a little bit behind the times. They have what I call the Titanic Effect. And the Titanic Effect is they only see what's on the surface. They just see what's in front of them. My job as a trader is to spot the iceberg under the surface, because 90% of the iceberg's mass is under the surface. So I'm spotting this to avoid disaster up front. So I hope it's been helpful. Good luck. Thanks a lot. Paul Ribbons.